if you're going out early, it's going to be a little chilly. So just remember that. We're starting to go in the direction of temperatures finally going back down. Today, we did make it into the upper 60s, but just kind of looking at where we've been so far for the month of October, at least here in Oklahoma City, temperatures are running about 4 degrees above normal. So we had a lot of days in there where temperatures did make it into the 80s. But we had the cold front that moved through last night. That is now well off to the east, taking all the rain along with it. But tonight, it's going to be pretty chilly as the colder air starts to settle in a little bit more. In fact, we could see some frost in parts of the Panhandle, even a freeze in the western half of the Panhandle. Once the cold front did move in, eventually we did get a little bit of rain and some storms out of it. Officially at the airport, we picked up a little over 1/4 of an inch of rain. Of course, most of Oklahoma County didn't see anything like that. It was very isolated along that line, with a lot of the rain really falling at a better coverage, at least in parts of northeast Oklahoma. Very quiet right now. That's our downtown camera of our Lucky Star Skycam network. So clear skies down to 57 degrees with a north-northwest wind coming in at 13 miles an hour. No wind gust, and that's certainly a big difference from where we were earlier this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 40s to mid 40s and low 40s. So lots of 40s out in the Panhandle in northwest Oklahoma, but low to mid 50s across the north. Some upper 50s and low 60s still hanging on across the far south. And again, a big difference from where we were this time yesterday. About 9 degrees cooler right now in Oklahoma City, but anywhere between about 20 to almost 25 degrees cooler out in parts of western Oklahoma. Again, factoring in that northwest wind between about 10 to 20 miles an hour, just puts a little bit more bite in the air. We did have a gust of 39 earlier today in Oklahoma City, but we had a 50-mile-per-hour wind down in Medicine Park and lots of 40 plus out in the far west and really the northwest. So this storm system is going to continue to pull away from us. So again, the cooler air is going to settle on in, and the rest of the weekend looks very cool. So temperatures ranging anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below average. So over the next couple of days, things are looking pretty quiet generally. It's going to be cool during the day and then pretty chilly overnight. As we get into early next week, though, we're going to start to warm up just a little bit more. Temperatures do return back into the 70s, at least for Tuesday and into Wednesday as we get to about midweek. So right now, the timing is going to change a little bit. We'll fine tune it as we get closer, but the cold front's probably going to come through sometime right around Wednesday. But right now, the moisture's kind of limited, at least in Oklahoma. But as it moves off to the east, we do have some more rain and storms to work with. And behind it, we're going to have a reinforcing shot of cooler air, but it doesn't look terribly cold, at least not at this point. So tonight, temperatures drop down into the mid 40s in Oklahoma City, 46 though in Ponca City, 46 in Ardmore, about 43 tomorrow morning in Clinton. There's your frost advisory for parts of the Panhandle and the freeze. That's out in the purple. So tomorrow afternoon, temperatures in the 60s. It's going to be breezy again. The wind being out of the northwest between about 15 to 25, but upper 60s and low 70s across the Red River. Sunday morning, it's going to be a little bit colder, at least in some spots. I think we do end up in the mid 40s in Oklahoma City, but with the wind relaxing just a little bit more across the far west, we're going to be in the upper 30s in Woodward, 39 in Clinton, about 35 degrees in Guymon. So there could be areas of patchy frost, at least in parts of western and northwest Oklahoma by the time we get up Sunday morning. So just be aware of that. But Sunday afternoon, we're going to be back in the mid 60s. It's still going to be breezy. So very much, very similar over the next couple of days. Not a whole lot of change. In fact, that lingers on into Monday. But Tuesday and Wednesday, we do start to warm things back up into the 70s. Overnight lows returning into the upper 40s and low 50s. There's the next cold front moving in on Wednesday, bringing just a slight chance of rain and storms by the time we get into Wednesday night. And then after that, temperatures drop down a little bit, but it's not going to be terribly cold. So we have some cool days in there, but some mild winds too.
Been looking forward to this for a long time, especially after all the 90s and earlier this year 100s. So it's great. We'll enjoy it.
It's a nice change.
Those are in our rear view mirror.